How does someone go from a relatively low-profile public figure to suddenly advising one of the most powerful military institutions in the United States? That's the question that exploded across the internet the moment Erika Kirk's name appeared on the official list for the United States Air Force Academy's Board of Visitors. The role isn't ceremonial, it's not symbolic. Members of that board are expected to review operations, examine leadership decisions, and provide recommendations about the future of the academy itself. So when the appointment became public, people didn't just raise eyebrows, they started asking questions, big ones. Because Erika Kirk didn't come from a military background. She wasn't a defense analyst, she wasn't a policy expert or a longtime government advisor. And yet, suddenly, she was stepping into a position normally filled by generals, lawmakers, or national security professionals. But that wasn't the part that made the story explode. What really ignited the controversy was what happened next. Because within hours of the announcement, commentators, journalists, and political influencers started digging into her past. And the deeper they looked, the stranger the timeline began to feel. The Air Force Academy Board of Visitors is not a casual committee. Its members help oversee one of the most important military training institutions in the country. They review academic programs, inspect the academy's operations, and provide feedback directly connected to national defense education. So when Erika Kirk was announced as one of the new appointees, the reaction online was immediate. Many people simply asked the same question: what are her qualifications? Before this moment, Erika Kirk was mostly known publicly for a very different reason. She was connected to the political world through her marriage to conservative activist Charlie Kirk, a figure widely recognized in American political media. But beyond that connection, critics argued that her resume appeared unusually thin for such a high-level advisory position. Within hours, social media threads began spreading across multiple platforms. Commentators started analyzing every available detail about her career history, her public statements, and her background. Some people defended the appointment, saying political boards often include individuals chosen for trust and loyalty rather than technical expertise. Others were far more skeptical. And as the debate intensified, the conversation quickly moved away from qualifications and toward a much bigger question. How long had Erika Kirk actually been connected to powerful political figures? Because according to some commentators, her connection to Donald Trump might go back much further than people realized. And that's where the timeline started getting complicated. For many observers, the most surprising part of the story wasn't the appointment itself. It was the idea that Erika Kirk and Donald Trump might have crossed paths years before this moment ever happened. Some commentators pointed out that during earlier years, Trump was heavily involved in the world of beauty pageants and entertainment. That industry overlapped with modeling, casting networks, and media circles that included countless aspiring public figures. According to various online discussions, Erika had spent time in those same industries earlier in her life. That doesn't prove any direct connection on its own, but in the world of political speculation, timelines matter. Whenever discussions about powerful social circles in the early 2000s appear online, one name tends to surface almost immediately: Jeffrey Epstein. Epstein's case pulled back the curtain on elite networks that once connected politicians, business leaders, celebrities, and financiers. Over the years, investigators and journalists have documented how Epstein maintained relationships with people across many industries. Because of that, any new controversy involving public figures sometimes leads commentators to revisit those old networks. In Erika Kirk's case, some commentators began suggesting that her past connections in modeling and entertainment industries might have placed her near some of those same social circles. It's important to understand that no official evidence has ever confirmed her involvement in any wrongdoing connected to Epstein. But in today's online media environment, speculation spreads fast. And once that speculation begins, it often snowballs into a much larger narrative. Political commentators started debating whether the appointment had deeper political meaning or whether it was simply another example of Washington rewarding loyal allies. But before that debate could settle, another controversy suddenly surfaced, and this one involved her academic background. As journalists and commentators continued examining Erika Kirk's background, another claim began circulating online: questions about her college degree. Some online critics claimed that the timeline of her reported studies didn't match the timeline of certain academic programs. According to those critics, the international relations program she allegedly studied may not have existed in the same form during the year she said she attended. Supporters pushed back quickly, arguing that online speculation often misinterprets university program histories. But by that point, the debate had already taken on a life of its own. Political influencers began using the controversy to question whether her resume had been exaggerated. Others accused critics of deliberately spreading misinformation to damage her reputation. And suddenly, the conversation about one appointment had turned into a full-scale political media battle. But just as that debate was reaching its peak, another voice entered the conversation, a voice that would take the controversy to an entirely different level: Candace Owens. And what she said next would send the story spiraling into an even bigger storm. Candace Owens is no stranger to political controversy. Known for her direct style and confrontational commentary, Owens often dives headfirst into stories that other commentators avoid. When Erika Kirk's appointment became public, Owens didn't hold back. During her commentary, she openly questioned the reasoning behind the appointment and suggested there might be deeper political motives behind it. Her statements quickly spread across social media platforms, generating millions of views and igniting intense debate. Supporters of Owens argued that powerful figures should always be questioned. Critics argued that speculation without evidence could be dangerous. And within hours, the internet had split into two completely different narratives. One side believed the appointment represented political favoritism. The other believed the backlash itself was politically motivated. But just as the media clash intensified, another development added fuel to the fire. Old documents connected to Epstein-era investigations began circulating online again, and suddenly the controversy expanded far beyond one appointment. Whenever Epstein-related investigations reappear in the news cycle, they tend to reignite old debates involving many public figures. Over the years, numerous allegations, lawsuits, and witness statements connected to Epstein have been reported by journalists. Many of those claims were never fully resolved in court, but their existence alone continues to generate speculation whenever new controversies emerge. In this case, online commentators began connecting different timelines again, not because of confirmed evidence, but because public curiosity thrives on unanswered questions. Political commentators argued over whether these connections meant anything at all. Some insisted it was simply coincidence amplified by social media. Others believed the patterns deserved deeper investigation. But regardless of which side people believed, one thing was clear: the story had now grown far bigger than Erika Kirk herself, because the internet had begun looking at the entire timeline surrounding the appointment. And when people lined up those events, they believed they saw something unusual. First came a sudden personal tragedy in Erika Kirk's life. Then came a rapid rise in public visibility. Then, shortly afterward, came an appointment to a high-profile national advisory board. To some observers, that sequence of events looked suspicious. To others, it looked like nothing more than politics functioning exactly the way it always has. Washington has always been built on relationships, trust, and influence. Appointments often go to individuals who are personally trusted by the leaders making them. But in the age of social media, every decision becomes a public mystery waiting to be solved. Commentators on every side now continue debating the same central question. Was Erika Kirk's appointment simply political loyalty being rewarded? Or is there a deeper story behind how she rose so quickly into the national spotlight? At the moment, no definitive answer exists, but the controversy surrounding her appointment has already achieved something else. It revealed how quickly modern media can turn one political decision into a nationwide mystery. And the truth behind that mystery may be far more complicated than anyone expects.